Hey everyone, Harry here to talk about some important final rulings in the Dominion versus Fox defamation billion-dollar plus lawsuit set to go to jury selection and trial on Thursday. So in trials like this, there are often some really important evidentiary issues, and the parties want to know before the trial actually starts, can we talk about this? Can we keep them from talking about that? It's not the sort of thing you do right at the beginning when you're motions to dismiss or summary judgment, but you couldn't just do it on the fly. You plan whole chunks of your trial around it. So in what are called motions in limine, a court makes these rulings typically now. So they're really influence what each party can do, and they're really big stuff that can totally change plans. Also, totally change what the jury is going to hear, and in this case, they certainly do. So, first, Dominion's asked to. We want to be able to talk about January 6th. We want to talk about Fox's lies and how they built up a head of steam and led to or contributed to January 6th. And the judge in the case said, you can't do that. It's just too prejudicial. There's a general rule in the law that says even if something's a little bit relevant or there might be a little bit there, if it's really going to unduly prejudice the jury, you can't use it. And here, Fox would, potentially be tagged with all the mayhem and, the guy in the horns totally stomping through the Capitol, which wouldn't have been fair. And so the judge said, that's too much. You have to, you can't discuss it. All right. Fox said, hey, we want to talk about the many times that we did, or the sometimes we did, accurate fact checks. This goes to Fox continuing refrain in the public realm anyway that Dominion supposedly is cherry picking. Oh, we got this wrong and that wrong, but they're not giving the whole picture. I've said at the time and repeatedly, too bad for Fox, defamation is an item by item cause of action. If you say some nice things and then falsely accuse someone of a brutal murder, you don't get a pass. And the judge basically said that. He said, look, it's irrelevant, not just prejudice. It's irrelevant that you have some accurate fact checks. And by the way, wow, sometimes they had accurate fact checks, but it's irrelevant if you had them if other times, what they're saying you harmed them with was your inaccurate fact checks, or even times in this case where they accurately fact checked and then ignored it and knew it anyway. So Fox can't put somebody on the stand to testify this was accurate and that was accurate. What they're going to zero in on is everything that was inaccurate. Hey everyone, we're taking a quick break to ask you to take a second to like and subscribe. It's a quick thing that really helps the show. Thanks, and back to the video. All this stuff is from materials that the parties have given each other in this discovery process, which is you're maybe learning a little bit about it, can be really potent. That's also part of depositions. You just get a lot of facts from the other side. So Fox got facts from Dominion, internal emails in which employees say, oh man, our stuff really sucks. Oh, well, we got terrible gaps here. We got to redo the software, the kind of candid emails that employees might say to one another. And the judge said, no, Fox, you can't talk about those. Fox's theory was that they lost business, Dominion lost business, not because they'd been defamed by Fox, but because they had a lousy product. And the judge said, maybe you can bring that up in damages phase of the case. Remember, there's going to be a liability phase and a damages. The liability will be basically, did Fox say false stuff? And as for much of that, the court has previously ruled that's not even contested anymore. Of course it was false. I'm going to instruct the jury. So it's all going to come down to this state of mind issue. But anyway, they cannot bring in for now, Fox cannot bring in for now these emails where Dominion staffers trash the company. Financial info of Big Fox employees, yes, they can Dominion can bring that in. That's going to be relevant among other places if there's ever punitive damages to consider. But just in general, remember, so much of what's going on here is trying to preserve the bottom line. And you have executives worried about not losing business. So Judge Davis, Eric Davis, who's the Delaware Superior Court judge presiding over this case, said, yep, Dominion, you may bring that in. And then finally, and we found something we hadn't known before, death threats. Can you bring up how, as a result of this defamation, they actually received death threats, Dominion has, and some of the same kind of MAGA crowd. And Judge Davis revealed he has received death threats. He didn't specify what they were, but this is, part of the hornet's nest that Fox willingly just stomped on and let go all around. So the death threats are going to be relevant, and Dominion can testify that they happened. They can't go into details. If someone, told them, I'm going to take a hacksaw and at your legs, etc., that's not anything that Fox says the judge actually is on the line for. But the fact of the death threats, because of what Fox said, sure, you can bring that up. So these are now, this causing, by the way, just having been in big trials, huge reshuffling where, some lawyer had 2 days of testimony, that's all gone. Some lawyer was maybe going to have to defend, now they're on, and you work with witnesses, and basically from now to the end of the trial, it's just like living hell for the lawyers. I'm laughing at myself because I always used to, try to get trials. I love trials. I want trials, and it would be at exactly this stage 2 days before that I would say, oh, why did I want to do this trial? It's just mountains and mountains of work, and Davis has put on several new mountains. So to summarize, Dominion can't talk about January 6th. Fox can't say, oh, we had some accurate fact checks, so, cut us a break. Fox can't admit Dominion emails where Dominion says our stuff sucks. Dominion can introduce information about financial information of Fox officers and the death threats, not their content, but the fact of them come in. Okay, so we are really, really revving up for a trial. We'll be covering it closely as these rulings become flesh and blood and the case takes form after a jury is chosen and what I think is likely the biggest defamation trial of all time. So you can be sure we'll cover it and bring it to you. And until then, talk to you later.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.